is heavily dependent on fossil sources of energy. India. For most of its demand, this has necessitated the country to start aggressively pursuing alternatively energy sources. Solar, wind, biofuels, and small hydro and more. They are the fourth largest country with regards to installed energy for most of its demand. India is heavily dependent on fossil sources of energy. Finance Department encourages authorities to provide conventional access to the commercially and strategically vital sea inlands which passes through the South China Sea. The base has a long association with the foreign navies. The base has a long association. It recently reopened for foreign navies. For upgradation of the port. It recently reopened for foreign navies. A new ship repair facility is being set up by the Russian Navy and it will be commissioned to repair warships and submarines. This will help Vietnam to counter growing Chinese influence in South China Sea. This will help Vietnam to counter growing Chinese influence in South China Sea. If the port would have developed as a commercial port, it would have provided interest seem to be replacing commercial interest for the host country with regard to calm locating convention access to the commercially and strategically vital sea. It passes through in the South China Sea. The base has long association with the foreign navies. Then it would have provided better commercial benefits, as this port lies in one of the busiest trade routes of Western Pacific, reopening the base to foreign naval vessels is clearly a part of a larger strategy by Vietnam to strengthen defenses ties with America and facilitates the US military presence. The regular presence of US warship at Cameron Bay causes for dominant dendritic pattern of drainage in the Gangetic Plains. Cause for the dominant dendritic pattern. Dendritic means tree-like pattern. The main rivers like trunk, the tributary streams join it like the branches of a tree. Dominant dendritic pattern of a drainage in the Gangetic Plains. The presence of the same type of rocks with no structural control. Ideal condition for the development of a dendritic pattern. Streams have no decisive directions. These conditions are satisfied by Aravalli, Himalaya and Vindhya mountain, from where most of the Gangetic Plain rivers arise. Thus, the dominant pattern in the Indo-Gangetic Plain is dendritic. That is hard note on frontogenesis and frontolysis. A frontoid like to occur where contrasting air masses have convergent movement and temperature gradient amplifies by at least an order of a magnitude. Causes for dominant dendritic pattern. Causes for dominant dendritic patterns of drainage in the gangetic plains. Dendritic means a tree-like pattern. The main river is like the trunk and tributary streams. Joint it like the branches of a tree. The presence of the same type of rocks with no structural control provide the ideal condition for the development of a dendritic pattern. Because under such conditions, streams have no decisive directions. These conditions are satisfied by Aravalli, Himalaya and Vindhya mountain, from where most of the Gangetic Plains river arise. Thus, the dominant pattern in the Indo-Gangetic plain is dendritic. Dendritic means tree-like pattern. The main river is like the trunk and the tributary streams. The presence of same type of rocks with no structural control in extensive flat areas provide the ideal condition for the development of dendritic patterns. Because under such conditions, the streams have no decisive directions. These conditions are satisfied by Aravalli, Himalaya and Vindhya mountain. RIGC, Vindhya, Himalaya. Presence of some types of rocks with no structural control. Ideal conditions for the development of a dendritic patterns. Because under such conditions, thus the dominant pattern in the Indo-Gangetic plain is dendritic.